X-Men 3, The Last Stand. My subtitle would have been, Why?
Yeah.
To a lot of this.
They definitely threw everything they could into it.
Yep.
This was meant to be a final chapter.
Down to a storyline that had just happened in the comics, The Mutant Cure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened a good 2 years before this movie was released.
Yeah, pretty...
So
that's a good turnover in terms of comic to movie.
Yeah.
Because that rarely happens. We're doing shit from fucking 20 years ago, not these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
No.
There's a lot of questions of why. But, I mean, it's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's disappointing compared to the last two.
Where does Cyclops go? No one we get one line from Wolverine, just asking Jean, where is he right now?
He just was disintegrated.
Because I found his glasses, but
we are left to assume he disintegrated off screen.
But then that's it.
That's it.
Like, did he want out of the movie? Is that the deal?
Okay, so a
Give
lot
me
of why this movie is bad is because of Superman Returns.
Oh.
Bryan Singer left X-Men to go and direct Superman Returns.
Okay.
He
No,
took
decided...
his screenwriters to write Superman Returns.
Oh.
And James Marsden, who plays Cyclops, appeared in Superman Returns.
Mm.
Not as Superman, but as a character. As a fairly main character in that movie.
Who?
Lois Lane's fiance.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and he said he was willing to make X-Men 3. Bryan Singer was, but Fox didn't want to wait.
Okay.
Fox didn't want to wait so much, in fact, that they brought in another director, Matthew Vaughn, who would later direct Kick-Ass and Kingsman and First Class eventually for him.
So that guy does First Class as well.
Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't do this.
No,
That
because
first guy.
because he had a problem with how fast they wanted the movie done.
Oh.
He said he could not make a good movie in that amount of time. Because he was being brought in, he had to write a story, he was left with a... Singer had a draft of what he wanted to make,
What was the time frame? Like a fucking year?
Yeah, they were down real close to the budget, to the line on this one.
Oof.
Because, well, we lost a director and a creative team, so you have to bring in another new people, and he had an idea of where to take the story, and he got in arguments with Fox about directions the story should take, apparently, and they brought in Brett Ratner, who did it in a short amount of time, by all accounts. Very short amount of time.
He accepted the challenge set before him.
Yep.
And came out with a bad movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about the 3 separate storylines we attempt to do.
There is a break between the two. Like, this could have been 2 movies. You could have split this in the middle and said it's 2 TV specials. And then it wouldn't have been so bad because your expectations are lower.
But no, we've attempted to do the final battle between the Brotherhood and the X-Men.
Yeah.
The Mutant Cure.
And
the Dark Phoenix saga. We've attempted to cram all of them in. Fox apparently was not too keen on doing Dark Phoenix.
yeah. Because, it just doesn't fit.
Felt it was too intense and dark for...
Well, they didn't even do it good.
No, they didn't. Because the writers were forced to rewrite the script with less and less Phoenix doing things. Instead, she just stood there in the background for most of this movie, staring off into the distance angrily for some reason.
So the writers originally wanted Dark Phoenix to do things, to rip it up.
Yeah.
Like Dark Phoenix does.
Like Dark Phoenix is this all-powerful entity who can go toe-to-toe with Galactus.
Right.
Instead, she just stands there, and then at the end,
She destroys a small island.
Yeah. And turns people into mush.
Yeah.
It's a...
She just, like, there's no blood or anything. They just kind of, like, They just get
Yeah.
particleized.
Yeah. I mean,
Why? They kill off the professor.
mm-hmm.
They break Magneto's powers. Then, like 20 minutes later, they just undo those things.
Yeah. Completely undone by the pre-credit scene and the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Magneto.
So why even do it?
Why even? That's a very good question.
We needed Magneto defeated. So why even bring his powers back in this movie? I guess it's just like, hey, there's gonna be another one.
We can come back. He can come back. He's still a threat. Which is something we never really follow up on in these. At least in this present day timeline. But yeah, and then I don't know. It's a weird movie.
Angel's like prominently featured on this cover.
Yeah.
He's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Also, I think in an X-Men uniform on that cover.
Yes, he is. That definitely never happened.
No. He can fly pretty fast for having to flap wings.
I like how he flies from Los Angeles
From San Francisco,
the whole way out to
West
New
Coast
York.
to East Coast. And then back again.
And then they're just like, school's closed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh. And then, like, 2 minutes later, Storm decides school's not closed. And she doesn't even tell him.
Is he still in the room with the... I don't know. This movie's so dumb.
He got sad and left.
No, he was still there, though, at a certain point when... Because he peeked out over the corner when they said they were going to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So that he knew to fly there.
Yeah. The whole way back over there.
Yeah.
So he could catch one dude.
So he could catch his dad when he was thrown off the building.
And that's it.
Yeah.
We don't even see, like, a reaction between the two. There's no closing between them.
No, there's no closure there. It just happens, and we're left to
Like we don't get to see just them land, and he goes, "Thank you, son."
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more questions I have.
And not good questions
No,
either.
they're more like, why didn't this happen? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't they do this? And I think the answer to all of it is because they needed to do it in like 6 months.
Yeah, we need to get this movie out now.
Why couldn't they just wait?
Why couldn't they wait for Bryan Singer? It's a question that we all go, they should have.
Yeah.
Let him do his Superman movie and come back.
Yeah. Superman Returns is alright.
Yeah. It's not terrible.
No. It's got a cool concept.
Yeah. This thing, cool concept, does not deliver on any level, really.
What happens to Mystique?
She becomes human and rats them out.
And then... Did she get a job at a library? Like, what'd she do at that point?
Apparently, at some point, she's going to get her powers back.
Yeah.
She's going to be blue again.
Right. Slowly.
And then, I don't know, she joins the X-Men.
Like, how long did they test this cure before putting it out there as the cure and it's permanent? They advertised it as permanent.
And Magneto's stuck with 4 syringes and he's able to, barely move it. But that's
still,
with 4.
Yeah.
How quickly is everybody else's powers coming back? The whole movie undoes itself at the end.
Yeah, it just undoes everything.
Pretty much. It
like,
made nothing
while
worth
it's happening, it's kind of like, wow, this is heavy. Everybody's getting unpowered. This is nuts. And then, guess what? None of it matters. And that guy you thought was dead, who's really important, well, he's back too.
He's back too. And, yeah.
Cyclops is probably just going to blast his way out of that grave.
We never saw a body or saw him disintegrated. I guess he could just walk back into the mansion. He's walking back home from Canada. Yeah. That's why they don't know where he's at.
He's got a beard and he's like, why didn't anybody call me?
Was nobody looking for me? X-Men The Last Stand. Not a good movie.
I mean, Jean Grey's just going to, like, come back down from the sky and say it was an alien, right?
That was the Dark Phoenix. That was an evil mind clone.
That wasn't me the whole time.
Well,
it's a bad movie.
This is a bad movie, but
it has some cool things going for it.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the worst is yet to come, though.
Next week, we'll see which one you believe is the worst. I go back and forth.
Oh.
Because next video up, you
I haven't
noticed
that at this point. I have not seen any X-Men.
Yeah, at this point, you're going
slate.
completely dark.
Yeah, I know some things.
Except for what you kind of know about the next one, because
I know Deadpool's in it, but he's not good.
Part of Wade Wilson's fine.
I'll see.
Yeah, we'll see it on the next video for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Why, Jake?
Pray for us.